Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. Oh my goodness. And Lindy and I have been working really hard away at our um, Focus with Others session, which is happening actually right now. And just Lindy and I focusing together. All right, I'm just checking the live stream on social media. Alrighty. So today we've got an interesting little topic: how a book can turn you into a millionaire. And I wrote an email about this last night. And one of the things I said that actually let me put down the blind because there's a lot of glare here. Finally, the sun has come out in Melbourne, and everything is nice and bright. Coming from my window. Alrighty, so I'm tired of people, saying there's no money in books or counting how many books do I need to sell to make X amount of money, all that sort of stuff. And I've always, since day one, been the person. Actually, I got told that. So when I was writing my very first book, the weight loss book, God, that light's really bad. Hang on, you guys. I'm gonna fix it. Oh, oh goodness me! It's darkness. Okay, I'm gonna fix it. It's fixed. Alrighty, so when I was writing my first weight loss book, I was told, oh, Nat, there's no money in books. No one buys books. You're not going to get rich from that. But never, 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 never did I think I was going to get rich from a $20 or a $30 product. Okay, that was never my mindset to begin with. And I want you to think like that as well. Okay, as much as we see the movies, we see the shows where these authors are portrayed in that cabin up in the woods, and they are getting their royalty checks and all that sort of stuff. That's not really real life. Okay, yes, if there's like the whoever, I don't read fiction, but I know there's a lot of fiction writers that have series of books and all that kind of stuff. And traditional publishers have done them, and now they're people start following them. But even those authors, when they were a first time author, when they came out with their books, would have had to do the activities to get known, to build the credibility, to go on book tours, to meet people, to whatever way, speaking, reading out their content, in the old school ways. People were heading out to events to meet the author and author signings and things like that. So there's a significant amount of still promotion that would have had to get them to that point where they are now known and people are following their subsequent books and volumes and all that kind of stuff. I mean, leverage is one of the things that truly can make you a millionaire as an author. The book, often people see the book as the end point, but it's not. It's actually the beginning point, the starting point of you, first of all, growing in a personal level, in your confidence, in your certainty in yourself, what your message is, what your story is, and all that kind of stuff. And then from there, you start to pull out the gold and the wisdom and the value, because people exchange money for value. What's in it for them, and how can you extract the value from your story or your expertise to deliver that in many different formats? I mean, just look at we're about to enter that pre-Christmas period, and just think of the book Elf on the Shelf. Elf on the Shelf became famous because of the book, and then now it's got so many products, not just the boy elf, it's got the girl elf, it's got the evil elf. Like, they've got a range of so many different Elf on the Shelf toys, and probably subsequent books. I don't know if there's subsequent books. I haven't done that research there. There probably is. Elf goes here and Elf goes there, and it's all over the internet in terms of ideas on what to do with your elf, all that kind of stuff. And so you got to think more. You got to think products, services, online courses. What else have we got here? In the email I wrote it. Memberships, building a community, maybe retreats, maybe consulting, maybe coaching, maybe packaging and bundling your book, right? Events and speaking. So I hear you probably think, well, how's it going to make me a millionaire? Well, you got to reverse engineer the numbers, right? You got to reverse engineer. And of course, becoming a millionaire from a book, it's not going to happen in 3 months. It's not going to happen even in 12 months. You got to build infrastructure and create the products and the services and the value, and build the following, the network, the credibility and marketing and sales engines behind it all, right? And that doesn't happen overnight. So normally I see it with people that I work with, it's about 3 to 5 years, the journey, right? Yes, you can get within 6 figures very, very quickly, but to get to 7 figures, you need a little bit more of a better, more robust engine, right? So I did a few little numbers in for the email that I wrote last night. So I'm going to share those with you so that you can see how you reverse engineer and how it becomes that. All right, so let's say 1,000 books. You sell 1,000 books in a year, through all your activities that you're doing. That's $20,000, right? At $20, being very conservative at a $20 book, right? Let's say you put on 12 events, okay, 12 events, one a month. Again, you can do more. I do 40 events a year, right? $50 per ticket if they're face-to-face events. 60 people per room. Okay, that's $36,000. Okay, this is not where the big numbers come from, but every little bit counts and adds up, right? Now, at those events of 60 people, let's say with a very conservative and I guess industry standard of 10% conversion rate, and you converted each of those events 6 people into your $10,000 offer. Now you're probably going, oh, I don't have a $2,000. You can create one. I promise you. I promise you can create one. Obviously, it doesn't become obvious immediately what it is, but by working with people like ourselves, we can help you structure a table of inclusions and an offer that helps people solve a particular problem that they couldn't solve themselves and gives them a shortcut to that solution. Okay, it's more complicated than that, but it's possible. It's possible. I've seen it. I've done it with so many people. So now those 6 people, 10% out of your event rooms, 10%, 6 out of 60, right? Convert into your $10,000 offer. That's $720,000. $720,000. Okay. Now, let's say you do free speaking gigs, not even paid ones, which I know you can get paid ones as well. But let's say bare minimum, you get 12 opportunities to speak for free. And that leads, obviously, at the back of the room, book sales, but certainly services. And let's say out of those free speaking gigs, you pick up a couple of clients at $5,000. This is not your high-end offer. This might be some kind of lower offer that you may have designed. That is $120,000. Okay, so I'm talking about 12 free speaking gigs, one a month, right? Where you are doing a speech and a couple of people in every room, even more than 2. I'm being very conservative here. Will generally approach you and kind of want to talk to you about it. All right, online program sales, convert what you do with people in your 10K offer into an online course. Like my $18,000 offer has a $2,000 online course option for those that can't work with me at the highest level. Okay, 50 of those online program sales for those that can't work with you at the highest level, but they can start there. At $1,000 is $50,000. Okay, and then back-end sales or repeat business, generally I say is about 10% of everything that you do over a year, at least. So I've put that conservatively at $150,000 a year. All right, equal and add all of that up. I don't know if you've been doing the maths. If you don't, if you haven't, maybe rewind this live, and it's $1,096,000. Now there is, as you heard, there's a lot of different things here that we're selling, right? I haven't even added a membership thing, but that's kind of a thing you can build up to. So we had some one-on-one speaking, a shorter event, a high-end program, 10K program, and an online program. Okay? And all of that can definitely develop from the intellectual property or the story that you have shared within your book. Because within every single story that I've heard, there's a way that someone has overcome a particular problem. Okay? And they're writing this book so people do not need to suffer as long as they did, and they can give the tips and tools. This is why often the books that we write are not for other people. The books that we write are for the past version of us and how we would have helped that past version of us go through or solve something. I know it's not every single situation, not every single book is exactly that, but the ones that I tend to see and that come into my world, 90% of them is that. Okay? So that is how you become a millionaire from writing a book. It is not the hard slog of finding the what is it? How many people? 50,000 people at $20 to make $1 million. Is that possible? It is. As your credibility grows, as more people talk about you, as more people word of mouth spread the message, the more people you stand in front of and continue speaking with you, the more you're going to be able to sell. And this goes up and up and up each and every single year. All right. How do I know this? I've not only experienced it in my own life. For me, it took about 3.5 years to get to the 7-figure, and it's now been consistent and at multi-7-figure level the last couple of years. Okay, so, and I've seen it occur in my authors' lives. Not every single one, not everyone has the same goal. I want you to understand that. You might not have a goal to have $1 million business or to be a millionaire. You might want a 6-figure enterprise that you're running at a very intimate level, right? So think about what your goal, and same thing with me. Like when I started out 13.5 years ago, I never thought of being a millionaire. I was just wanted a 6-figure income part-time hours, right? And that's all I wanted to create, because that meant that I could, have the lifestyle, the flexibility to raise my children. And it just when you reach one goal, it kind of like the path and the fog clears to the next step, and then the fog clears more, and you kind of go, well, I can do more. Like, we all are, I guess, wired for growth, right? And achieving the next level, because otherwise we get bored in that same level. We want to stretch. Well, that's those people that would like to, get out of their comfort zone, and it feels good to grow and to expand, and the people the amount of people that you have helped in this world is a reflection of what then ends up being your bank balance. Okay, so that's my 2 cents today. How to become a millionaire by writing a book. And if you didn't get all those numbers, go rewind now this video and break it down. That's what I'll be doing at my upcoming planning day with my authors, end of November. Every year we do a planning day, and we pick the number, their dream number of what they want to achieve in the following year, and then we break it right back down. Well, what products and services do you need to have to make this number a reality? And once we figure out the dollar figures, we reverse engineer, well, how many clients do you need to find in this particular offering, and how many clients in that? So we'd like all the way work backwards. And then how many leads do you need to be in front of that possibly become prospects who then become clients? So it's all like kind of this funnel of how it all ends up becoming a reality. All right, you guys, have an amazing Friday. We have got 4 more sleeps left of October. We have officially given over $30,000 of savings to our in-house and our new incoming authors with our 10-year 10% off celebration, which has been our best month ever since we went online. So we're celebrating that too, and thank you for following the journey. If you have this month, I will still be coming on live daily till the end of October, till Halloween. I hope you've enjoyed all the tips I've been sharing over this month. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye.